Welcome back, beautiful people, and in this video we're going to be making crawfish etouffee empanadas. So empanadas are a Latin fave and we're just going to be adding a Louisiana twist. So for your ingredients, you want to have the Trinity, which is a mixture of celery, bell pepper, and onions. You also need some minced garlic, so use fresh garlic if you do have it. We're also going to use some butter, so we will need 2 sticks of butter. So yes, this dish is going to be pretty hefty on the butter. You're going to need your crawfish and also get some vegetable broth. As well, you need some type of Creole seasoning, so you can use your Tony Chacheres, and also I have the New Orleans School of Cooking seasoning, and you're gonna need some flour as well. And of course, you need these empanada discs. So you're welcome to make your own empanadas as well, but this is more convenient and easy for this recipe. And also get an oil that you're gonna fry this in. You want to start by melting your 2 sticks of butter to where it looks like this, then add in your flour. And what we're going to do here is make what is called a roux. So with a roux, you have to be very careful with this solution because it will burn fairly easy. So you're just mixing this together, and you can also use an oil and the flour as well to make a roux, but with this recipe I'm using butter. So what you want to do is stir this on a medium-high heat, and you have to be really attentive not to burn this roux. So you have to consistently start mixing and mixing and mixing. And within 5 minutes or so, you're going to notice the color change to like this nice brown peanut butter color. So this is exactly what you want in a roux. And what a roux does is it really just thickens that crawfish etouffee. What I'm doing now is adding in my Creole seasonings, and you want to be very careful with this because the butter was salted and you don't want to over season this dish. So please just do this in moderation. So I just had my stove off, so now I'm going to turn up the heat just a little bit. And now I'm going to start adding in the rest of my ingredients. So as the temperature is increasing, I added in my vegetables, so the Trinity mix, and also I'm going to add in my vegetable broth. You want to give it a good mix as well. Then after we have those seasonings and those delicious vegetables mixed together, we're going to add in our lovely crawfish. I drained the crawfish and now I'm putting it into the etouffee. So we're gonna let this cook down a little bit, and it's gonna make such a delicious sauce that we're gonna add into these empanadas. And if you did buy frozen crawfish, you wanna make sure that you thaw them in the fridge overnight before you use them. And as you can see now, I'm just kinda breaking them up and separating them because some of the crawfish did stick together because they were still not 100% thawed out, but about like 95%. So that's what you see me doing in this part of the video. After you mix it well, you're going to want to let this simmer for about 10 minutes on a low heat. So now I'm going to show you guys how to prepare the empanadas. So since I do have these already pre-made, which saves a lot of time, I'm going to show you guys how I fold and enclose these things. So you want to get the empanadas and use a fork to push down the edges once you put your crawfish etouffee inside. So there are different ways that you can fold empanadas, but I'm not that fancy with it, so I just like to do it the quick way with just using a fork. You want to make sure you don't overstuff these things because I think I put a little bit too much in my first empanada and it started to seep out of the sides, which is completely okay. You can fry it like that, or if you want to just kind of wipe it off, you're welcome to do that as well. But just make sure that the empanada is fully closed before adding it to the oil. So I do have my oil on a medium-high heat, so make sure once you put it in, it starts to bubble immediately. And you're gonna wanna cook each empanada until they're crispy and brown. So I'll show you guys how that looks in just a moment. Here are a few more of my empanadas and what the sauce looks like inside of them. And of course, you just wanna fold them like I did earlier and throw them in the oil, and you're going to get some nice, delicious, crispy empanadas. So make sure you flip them on both sides as well to make sure you get that nice coating on each side. And you might get a little air bubbles along the way, but that is completely fine. So this is the crispy brown color that I want you guys to aim for with these empanadas. So this one is perfect. And this did make about 20 empanadas, and I did have some crawfish etouffee left over, which you can eat over rice, and it is still delicious. And voila! And like always, thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. And be sure to check out my latest videos for delicious pescatarian, vegetarian, and vegan dishes. Love you, bye!